guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I look a little bit different today because we are doing this look. This is inspired by Tate from American Horror Story. It's one of my favourite series to watch ever and I absolutely love this makeup. I think it's such a cool interpretation on the typical skull. So yeah, if you guys want to know how I created this, then please keep watching. So to start off this tutorial, we're going to start with a really fresh, clean face with no makeup on, and I'm going in with the Kiehl's Ultra Face Cream on a Molly O'Brien brush. I'll put the little brush underneath in the description, and I'm basically just going to blend this into my skin. Nothing crazy to prep the skin, just a nice moisturiser. Then we're going in with the Too Faced foundation in Warm Nude, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of the P. Louise base in the shade Zero. This is like just a pure white shade, so as you can see, it just made a really nice white colour, but I didn't want it to be like pure white. I wanted it to be like I was just really naturally pale, and at the time, as you can see, I had tan on, so I had to obviously just make myself a little bit paler. But yeah, I'm just applying this with a P. Louise brush, just all over my face and onto my neck as well. Using another Molly O'Brien brush, this is the P brush. I'm just blending this in as you would with any kind of foundation. Make sure that you do blend it all the way onto your neck because we are going to be painting there later on, so any gaps you need to make sure that it all matches. And I actually lightly tapped over my eyebrows as well to make them slightly lighter. Then going in with an NYX, I don't know if it's like NYX or NYX, but literally any lip liner or an eyeliner or pencil, whatever you want to use. I just start to sketch out where I'm going to do all my detailing. I think this is super important to not go in with black straight away, just because obviously I've edited a few of these bits out, but I always draw with these pencils, and then if it's not perfect you can just literally blend it away because it's such a light nude colour, you can't tell, and then you can like do it again and then go in with your black. So yeah, I'm just doing my lip and like the main things that are outlining, making sure that I've counted how many teeth there are. As you can see, I missed one, so I just added another one onto there as well. But yeah, you can literally do this with any kind of Halloween look. I just find that drawing it out in this like lip liner first is like the safest thing to do. So now I'm just going to outline where his jaw structure is. So I'm actually just looking at a picture of Tate from American Horror Story. The pictures aren't super clear, so to be fair, you could even interpret it a little bit like your own style, like a bit different, a bit more skull-like, a bit more just whichever you want really. Then I'm going in with the Snazaroo paint in black. I actually really like this paint. It's super cheap and it's so pigmented. I absolutely love it. And to draw this on, I'm just using a paintbrush. I just got these off Amazon, like a set of different styles and stuff. So I'm just going around the outside of my like liner, and then just colouring the inside in as well. And that's basically all I'm doing in this bit. So I'll just put a little bit of music on in case you guys are copying or following this tutorial. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just going to go over the bits we drew out and make them more intense with the black. And for this bit or any intricate bits that are in this look, I would definitely make sure that your hand can rest on something so you can do like a straight line. Also remember to get really inside your nostrils because it can look a bit unprofessional if you've got like a black nose, but the inside of your nose is pink, if you get what I mean. So I think having it completely black makes it just look a bit more better and a bit more effective. And then yeah, as you can see, I'm just drawing these little lines. You could switch your brush for a smaller one, but I found that this one works really well. And yeah, don't worry if it's not absolutely perfect. Again, you can always go in and change it, but I just kind of like roughly do my outline, and then go in later on and tweak it and make it absolutely perfect. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just pretending I have a really sharp jawline, just drawing that on, and then filling in the little bit where his gap is as well in the jaw bit connecting to the teeth. So I'm just filling all this in, and don't forget we're going to go in later on with like shadow to darken things up as well and lighten things up. So I'm just basically going in with the paint for like the darkest bits, because as you can see with whatever's left over, I just lightly ran that over and it made like a grey colour rather than a pitch black. And then with my mouth, because I have quite a prominent top lip, I made like a really straight line at the side, and then I actually filled in the inside of my mouth a little bit black, just then it looks like the line runs completely through your mouth. And then these little lines, I just used a tiny little brush, and then I actually went in with my Kat Von D eyeliner, which is super sharp and precise, like it's literally the best eyeliner ever, and drew that little squiggle. Then going in with the Be Perfect Extra Large Carnival palette, and I'm going to use the 2 right hand shades, and I'm just going to shadow underneath where the eye socket is, just to add a little bit more depth to that. And I'll put my code on the screen as well if you guys want to use that. And then I took the shade Nights Out, which is just the black shade, and I actually set all the things that I'd painted black, so my eyes, my nose, and the jawline as well. And then now I'm just painting in the temples. I think that this bit is so important to paint the temples, because I think it really adds depth when you look straight forward at the look. And then with a tiny little eyeshadow brush, I just took that like grey, or even if you had the black, you just tap off the excess, and I basically just drew a little bit at the bottom of the teeth to give it a little bit more detail as well. And then yeah, now I'm basically just going in with a little brush, adding those little details, and just finishing off the face. And then now we moved on to by far the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, trying to draw on your own neck is it is very hard to do. But yeah, again, with a little brow pencil, I just was looking at the picture, and you could even go on Google and just look at like what the esophagus and trachea and everything looks like. But yeah, just started to pencil this out with a little pencil brush, and as you can see, I just erased the lip liner from earlier on with a little beauty blender. And he has these like little string things like that connects to the neck. And yeah, once I was happy, once I'd sketched out with my brow pencil everything that I wanted, where I wanted like my main things to be, I then went in with my black and started to draw in the things that I wanted to be absolutely pitch black. And then as you can see with this bit here, I knew I was going to fade with shadow into the middle, so I only actually used the black on the outside, if that makes any sense at all. I hope it does. But yeah, just colouring the things that we want to be really black, and outlining things to make them more prominent, and then we're going to go in later on with our shadow and add a little bit more detail as well. And then when it came to this bit, I just did like tiny little lines to kind of represent, like, again, for a bit more detail, for like that the muscle was stretching. And then using that black eyeshadow or a grey eyeshadow, I did the outline blending from the black into the skin. And I just really think this adds a lot more depth to like the actual neck and makes it look a bit more realistic rather than just like black harsh outlines. You could make this neck so much more simpler than what I did. Like, you don't have to go into this much detail, but yeah, I basically just took a little brush and then started shading around the bones, shading into the bones as well, making them a bit more realistic. And then onto the ear. This bit was actually quite hard to do. Basically, just drew the little lines for the spider's web. Again, you don't even have to do this bit if you're doing this look. You can make it more simple. But yeah, just did a few spiders lines and then the little cobwebs in between, like so. Then to set everything in place, I'm taking the W7, this is the special effects powder, this is just to set everything, and I basically just dab this all over the white. You could do this before you start painting, but I find that sometimes it just goes a bit funny. And then my hair is still stained from my pumpkin look, just my roots are stained orange. But yeah, I then took the To Be Glued Hairspray. This is the best hairspray by far. Like, your hair will be cement when it's finished with this. And in the picture he's just got like a really nice slick back hair, so I slicked mine back, but as you can see it wasn't really holding, so I actually gripped my hair at the back of my head because I have like quite a lot of hair. And yeah, this is the finished look. This is my take on Tate from American Horror Story. I really hope you guys liked watching this. Please let me know if you want more Halloween tutorials. I absolutely love Halloween. It's literally my favourite time of year. And yeah, I hope you're all safe and healthy, and please let me know if you recreate this. And yeah, if you did like it, like and subscribe, and I will see you all soon for another one. Bye guys!